Hello, welcome back for another video. I am the Maize Madman. Before we get started, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you're aware every time I upload a video. In today's video, we're going to be discussing Michigan receiving a visit from the #1 overall prospect according to On3. Also, some movement within On3's rankings with Michigan commits and targets. Plus, I'm upset. No rapper can rap quite like I can. I'll take a muscle-bound man and put his face in the sand. Let's get into it. We're going to start with Michigan having what would be the #1 overall prospect in the country on campus next month. Next month being like tomorrow, although he's not going to be on campus tomorrow. I'm just saying next month starts tomorrow, of course. But that is edge rusher Dylan Stewart out of Washington, D.C. Friendship. He will be on campus for an unofficial visit next month. And Michigan has a really, really strong shot at landing Mr. Stewart, especially now with Chris Partridge on the coaching staff, Mike Elston already making a huge impact on him. This could be very, very beneficial for the Wolverines. Obviously, last cycle, Michigan finished 18th, 0 5 stars in the class. This would be a very big step in the right direction. In addition to Stewart being named the #1 player in the country, he is also a 4'6", 40 guy, 6'5", 230-pound, 5-star edge rusher. It's insane, these measurables. And you see in the videos where he is taking on blockers, shedding blockers, getting to the ball carrier. He's just always around the football. So, again, this would be a massive, massive get for Michigan. I'll keep you posted on updates as they become available. Moving along, though, Michigan also received some good news and some not so good news in On3's latest update of their rankings. Obviously, some Michigan commits and targets were part of these On3 rankings. Some went up, some went down. Let's start with someone who went down. Offensive lineman Luke Hamilton, a former 4-star out of Ohio, dropped to a 3-star recruit. In their defense, this is what they had to say, and I'm speaking of On3. They say, we still like Luke, but he's probably more a 3-star from us at this point. He has a good frame and is tough and a physical player. I think he projects inside. He fits the type of lineman who Michigan deploys. They're not necessarily stars, but they play together really well as a unit and are just solid across the board. That, I think, is a gross mischaracterization of Michigan's offensive linemen, saying they're not stars. Mr. Charles Power of On3, he is the director of scouting and rankings. Me and the rest of the Madmen are, quite frankly, upset. Don't say things like that about Michigan in the offensive line. Moving right along. I do agree, however, that they do play well together. That is a fact that is indisputable. But he also went on to say, going through junior seasons, the biggest thing and starting point for us is how interior offensive linemen stack up. It was slotting him in the position based on junior film. So whatever, it was all good just a week ago, and now Luke all of a sudden is an unranked 3-star prospect. Let's move on to some guys who got better news. Obviously, Michigan target and #1 overall prospect now, Mr. Dylan Stewart, we just spoke about. But let's move on to Michigan commit Mason Curtis. The linebacker is now the 126th ranked player, moving up, of course, from his previous ranking, still a 4-star recruit. This is what Charles had to say about Mason Curtis. I was able to see Mason in person over the fall. He's taller than what you expect. He's well over 6'3", maybe close to 6'4". He plays safety at Innsworth, but is projectable but is a projectable athlete at linebacker. I think he'll need to add mass, but looking at the frame, movement skills, and seeing how he played against top competition at Innsworth, we liked what we saw when stacking up the linebackers in the 2024 class. So there you have it. Not all Michigan commits receiving bad news. In addition to Mason Curtis, Michigan commit tight end Hogan Hansen also got a bump in the ratings. So did defensive back commit Jacob Oden, both of whom got bumps in the ratings. So that is good news. However, Michigan target former 5-star now, according to On3's ranking, quarterback Jaden Davis dropped from the top 100. Charles, in his defense of this ranking, said, I've been tracking Jaden for a long time. First off, to add context to any quarterback in this cycle, it's important to note that this is not a loaded group. If you ask most college staffs, I think they would tell you the 2024 lacks the quarterback depth compared to previous cycles, especially when you look at the 2023 class, which was extremely deep at the position. But Jaden is a very polished and developed quarterback. He's had a lot of coaching and private training, but until the season, he was really a guy who was probably better at neutral settings and camps than on the field. He did have a good junior year, though. He's more of a ball distributor than a true playmaker at Providence Day. He has a lot of skilled players around him, but he did a nice job of taking care of the ball, limiting turnovers and distributing the ball. I think the biggest thing that we'll be looking for in Jaden is the upside. He's around 6 feet, is more of a pure drop back pocket passer, so getting a better picture of his mobility and extending plays in the future is key. I know there's some people in the comment section that would agree with this. Some people think that Jaden's a little undersized, especially for a pure pocket passer. And like Mr. Charles Power explained here, that, they want to see more of what he can do outside of the pocket, maybe in some ad-lib situations. So we'll have to wait and see on that. Before we get into the next segment, I want everybody to hit the notification bell. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Leave those comments, man. Let me know what you think so far. What do you think of Charles Powers and On3's power rankings, if you will, the movement within the power rankings here in their rating system? Let's talk about it in the comment section. Moving right along. Things have been slow with the dead period. However, the dead period is set to end here in a couple of days, and 4-star offensive lineman out of Loganville, Georgia, Grayson High School, Walt Claire Flynn, recently spoke about Michigan. I believe Michigan has an excellent chance to land Walt Claire. I'll tell you why at the end of this segment. But he had this to say about Michigan. Everything's been going smooth with Michigan. I really enjoyed the visit out there. I loved hanging out with Coach Moore, Coach Harbaugh. Coach Harbaugh is a really genuine dude. I just saw a video of him helping move the tree. That was dope. I really like those guys. Speaking about offensive line coach and offensive coordinator Sharon Moore, he said, Coach Moore has been telling me that it would be nice for me to get back up there. He wants me to commit. He's very genuine too. He's funny. He has a great personality overall. He's doing a fantastic job with the offensive line. You don't see any offensive line going back to back for Joe Moore Awards. They're doing something right over there. I really like what they're doing. Their center won the Remington. I feel like if I go there, I'll have a chance to win that too. Flynn went even a little deeper, saying that he would like to come visit for the game against the other state. He said, I really want to go to the Michigan versus the other state game. That's the best rivalry in college football. It might be the best rivalry in all of football. I'm definitely going to get back to Michigan for an official visit. He is set for an official visit this summer. And also he would like to make his college choice August 3rd. Which means if he comes back for an official visit, for an unofficial visit for the game against the other state, I would think he would be committed to Michigan by then, since his commitment date is before that. I really think he left his last visit very high on Michigan. Michigan is competing against UCF, really. There are some other schools in the mix, like Florida State, like LSU. However, I do think that UCF is the primary competition for Michigan, and Michigan should be able to get that win. Flynn, he's 6'1", 300 pounds, ranked the 18th interior lineman in all of in all of high school, and 256th overall prospect. And he is now a 4-star on 3 consensus prospect. So I'll keep you up to date on that as well. Before I get out of here, I got to remind everyone, tomorrow I'll be live with my guy Ryan Fravel of Week 0 Productions right here on this channel. Please come out and support. We'll be going live around 5:30, 6 o'clock. So support your boy. It's going to be Michigan talk. It's going to be Notre Dame talk. I know it's kind of disgusting to talk Notre Dame on this channel, but Ryan's a Notre Dame guy. We'll also have a special guest. Be sure to follow me on Twitter at Maize Madman on Twitter. And I know you guys thought I forgot, but I didn't. Here are the Triple M shout outs. Number 1, we're going to go with Mr. Mitch Capus. Mitch, shout out to you. And you are officially a madman. Number 2, Michael Campbell. I know you're in the comment section and you always are talking about Notre Dame, but you comment a lot. We're going to give you a shout out. You are officially a Maize madman. I don't know what you're doing over there in South Bend, but you're a Maize madman. And lastly, shout out to Spoon. You are officially a madman. Until next time, guys, you know what I say. Actually, I just started this last video, but I'm not mad, man. I'm the madman. I'm upset.
Ladies and gentlemen, this might be our best season ever.